Welcome to the Unfuck Your Fitness podcast. I am your host, Christy Castillo, and I'm here to give you real talk and cut the BS so you can actually enjoy building a body you love. I'm a personal trainer obsessed with giving you simple action steps to take you from feeling stuck to feeling sexy. Let's go. What's up, guys? Welcome to today's episode. I'm really excited about this one. Today, we're going to be talking about a juicy topic that a lot of you struggle with, and that is overeating. So we're going to talk today specifically in the realm of late night eating or eating out of boredom, that mindless, like just wanting to just because, snacking, or even it could be related to or caused from, I should say, kind of restricting all day and not knowing what to eat and telling yourself no, and these foods are bad, I shouldn't have them. And then at night, you're just so hungry and, out of control and you want certain things and you give in and it becomes like a restricting binging situation. So that's what we're going to be talking about today, overeating in regards to those situations. I know a lot of you struggle with this. I know I used to too in some nights. I still do. When a client first comes on board to work with me, I ask a series of questions as far as what has worked for them, what hasn't, what they've tried in the past, what they struggle with, and overeating, not knowing what to eat, late night eating, grabbing the bag of chips and eating the whole thing. That's a common thing that I hear. And then even inside of my programs, getting the process going of macros and really understanding our bodies, that can still be something that we fall back on. It's a habit. It's something that we do basically mindlessly, like I said, are out of boredom. And so I get asked very, very often about this topic. And so I'm excited to dive in. These are the things that have helped me and my clients, and I am excited to give you these tips and help you too. So the number one thing I want to talk about is your environment. When you are struggling with overeating, especially if you are in a diet phase, I recommend that you keep the foods, the snacks that you struggle with overeating out of the house. It just makes sense, right? You have to set your environment up for success. And if there are things in your house that every single night, like that's my go-to, that's what I want to overeat on, that's what I'm craving, it just makes sense to not have that in the house most of the time, especially if you are in a diet phase. I ran into this situation a lot when my kids were younger, and I was at the beginning process of kind of helping, myself with this overeating situation. I would stop buying the things that I struggled with eating, but I still had to buy snacks for my kids, right? So then it became like, well, I don't have sugary snacks that I am in love with necessarily, but these will do, right? I would eat their cereal and their snacks just because I wanted that sugar fix. So maybe keep those snacks for your kids, things like that, like anything that you struggle with, keep it out of your eyesight. If you have to have it in the house, it is a good thing to practice because it's not realistic to never be around those foods again. And it's good to have some self-control and figure this out. But in the meantime, if you're in a dieting phase or if you just want to cut back on these things, do not have them in the house. And if you have things in the house that really, as soon as you see it, it kind of triggers you to want it, keep it out of your eyesight, keep it not at eye level when you open the cupboards, or maybe have certain cupboards that's like it's your last resort. If there are things in the house that you do maybe need to necessarily have on hand, there are certain things for like my kids' lunches or sports snacks, things like that I have to have in the house. Portion those out so you're not grabbing the entire bag of Doritos. Buy the little packs. Portion them out ahead of time so that even if there are foods in the house that you want that maybe you tend to overeat on, buy them in the individual packets or portion them out ahead of time. This will keep you from just grabbing a whole bag or a whole container and pigging out on the whole thing. So your environment is very, very important. Another thing that will really help you is planning ahead, pre-logging your food. We've talked about this in the form of macros, but knowing your calorie range is very, very important, not only if you want to lose fat or lose weight or gain muscle, but just to have your body function realistically and have your body function at an ideal level, it's like budgeting your money, but you're budgeting your calories. And so if you don't want to necessarily count your macros, it's still good to know the amount of calories your body burns, like your calorie expenditure for the day, which will give you your calorie allowance for the day. And then I recommend trying to hit your protein goal and then just fit everything else within your calorie range. So budgeting your calories for the day, like you would budget your money, it's no different. Don't think of it as like restricting. It's actually very, very freeing. But planning your food ahead of time, like pre-logging inside of MyFitnessPal, is amazing because a lot of times you're thinking that you can't have certain things, but you can. And so getting inside of MyFitnessPal, logging foods that you already have during the day, logging a snack or dessert after dinner is non-negotiable for me, especially if we have certain things in the house that I really, really want. If we have cake in the house or there's donuts or something like a special treat that we don't usually have, I'm going to have that. So I'm going to put that in MyFitnessPal first. I'm going to work my day around it. And so it's already in there. It's not like you get through your entire day and now it's evening and you're like, oh shit, now I really want this snack. I overdid it all day. Like kind of plan for it and know that it's coming. So that is my second tip. I think that's really big on just allowing yourself to have those things. Again, if you are in a dieting phase and you're really, really trying to stick to your calories and macros and not go over, then I definitely suggest that you plan your snacks, plan your desserts first, because that's going to be carb heavy so that the rest of your day you can be lighter on carbs, higher in protein to compensate for that. It's really, really important that you still, budget your calories, but also plan to have those snacks so that you don't restrict them so much that you're overeating constantly. My third tip is to give it 10 minutes. This is a big nighttime tip. Give it 10 minutes to make sure that you really want that snack. It seems like as soon as I sit down in the evening to watch a TV show or whatever, I'm instantly like, oh, I need something in my hand to be eating. That's just, they go hand in hand. I'm on the couch, TV's on, I need a snack. Well, obviously that's not necessarily true. So I say just give it 10 minutes to make sure that you really want that snack. Once the 10 minutes are up, make sure is that something that I really want? Do I really, really want that? Am I going to regret it? Is it something I need? Can I just grab some water, make some tea? I don't know. Is there something else, right? So that's basically to say, don't give in right away to that craving. Don't just think, since I'm on the couch, I need to have a snack in my hand. Really kind of question your thought process there. Don't give in right away. And then ask yourself, if that 10 minutes is up and I still want Oreos, is there a healthier option of what I particularly want, right? Can I make an Oreo protein shake with 2 Oreos on the side instead of having 6 to 8 Oreos? That would be a healthier option. Can I grab a vanilla Greek yogurt and crunch up some Oreos along with it? Just kind of ask yourself, is there a healthier option? And healthier, yes, but is there something that's going to maybe satisfy my body a little bit more to make me feel fuller and not want to keep snacking all night long? Because eating that high sugar content will keep your body wanting more sugar. So having something that's going to balance out, really high in protein, higher in carbs, lower in fats, that's going to help you balance that out and have a more balanced meal, especially right before bed. So don't give in right away and ask yourself if there's a healthier option of what you're wanting that will still satisfy your craving. That being said, my fourth tip is know that sometimes if you really want it, it's best to just have it. If you have chocolate cake in the refrigerator and you're asking yourself, you didn't give in right away. You're asking yourself, is there a healthier option of what I want? Yeah, I could have a chocolate protein shake, but I really freaking want that piece of chocolate cake. I really just want a piece of cake. It's fine. Sometimes if the answer is yes, and even if you're going to go over your daily budgeted calories by 300 calories or whatever, it's not the end of the world. It's not a big deal. It's better to have that piece of chocolate cake than this would be me. If I restricted that piece of chocolate cake at night, honestly, in the morning when I woke up, I'd have 3 pieces of chocolate cake. That's me. I am a restrictor, used to be a restrictor and a binger. I'm just being honest. So for me, I learned that if there's chocolate cake in the house and I want a piece, I better have that piece and a chocolate protein shake so that in the morning, I don't get up and, eat half of the cake. You might not know that about me. Now you know. If you don't know, now you know. Just don't let it spiral and ruin the rest of your day. So if you've committed to, yes, I really, really want that chocolate cake, it's going to take me over my calories, just know that it's not that meal or that snack that ruins your progress or causes you to gain weight. It's when you do that and you think negatively and you think, well, screw it, this whole week is a bust. I might as well eat the whole rest of the cake. And then tomorrow I might as well, screw that up too. It's those ongoing choices that we make after one bad choice, not even a bad choice, quote unquote, bad choice. That's what we're thinking, right? We think that that bad choice is the end of the world and we continue on with that. So just know that it's fine to make that choice, move on with it. It's not the end of the day, but it's never that one snack or that one meal even that ruins your progress or causes weight gain. It's what you do most of the time. So those are my 4 tips for really combating overeating. Like those are practical things that you can do and ask yourself. This is something that I sometimes struggle with too. And for me, it's a matter of boredom. Like I said, sitting on the couch thinking I need some food. It is what it is for me. And those are the things that I do. I wait 10 minutes. I see if there's a healthier option. I do pre-log, so it's already in there. I buy the individual packets, or I know I will eat the portion size. I've been really conscious of that over the years. But I tell you that because I want you to know this is a constant battle. This 13-year fitness journey of mine, a lot of people will look at someone in my shoes because I don't share all of my life on social media. I don't share my nighttime, foods, whatever, just because I can't. It's not because I don't want to. Obviously, I'm here telling you now, so it's not a secret. But I say that because this is a constant battle. This is something you will always have to ask yourself. Fitness, health, these things are constant. This is never something that you're going to just kind of get over and move on from. You have to consciously make these choices time after time after time. But I will say that counting macros was a game changer for me because it allowed me flexibility and it allowed me to look at food in a different way. These are all perks that I didn't even know were coming with the macro counting journey. I thought macros was going to obviously fuel my body better and help me to be able to lift more weights. I looked at it just from that angle. I was sick of counting all of my, I was sick of measuring my foods. I was sick of putting them in these little portion controlled containers. I was sick of all of that and I wanted more flexibility. But I was really scared of that. But along with making the decision to count macros, it allowed me to look at food in a more flexible, different way. It allowed me to eat more. It allows me to eat all day long without regret. Now, that being said, I do work on more balanced meals. I consume, and I recommend you consume, between 30 to 50 grams of protein with your breakfast, your lunch, and your dinner. If that sounds crazy, then plan some snacks in there too. I know a lot of people just have breakfast and lunch and dinner. And so because that's just kind of how we're trained, is to not snack. And so 30 to 50 grams of protein with breakfast, lunch, and dinner, or split it up between your meals. You have your protein goal. And if you're having 3 meals and 2 snacks, then divide that out. But this allows me to feel more full and satiated so that I don't want to overeat and snack as much at night. It still is that boredom factor and it still is that habit, but I'm not feeling like I really need to go crazy. And so usually I can talk myself out of it or talk myself into, a handful of goldfish or a handful of pretzels with hummus, or like I said, the 2 Oreos and a protein shake, because I'm already feeling full. I just want to have a snack and I don't want to restrict myself. And so usually when I do that, it's within my macro goal or it's a healthier version. But I still struggle with that and I still plan ahead. And there are nights where I will just honestly keep myself busy so that I don't have to even think about that. So this is a constant battle. But the 4 tips that I mentioned, which I will go over again right now, they are your environment. Keep things you struggle with out of the house or keep them out of your sight. Number 2, planning ahead, pre-log your food, budget your calories, spend them wisely. Number 3, give it 10 minutes to make sure you really, really want that snack and don't give in right away. See if there's a healthier option of what you're wanting. And then number 4, know that sometimes it's okay and it's actually really, really good for you to give in to that craving, even if it causes you to blow your calorie goal for the day, your calorie budget. That's okay too. that mindset really, really matters. So those 4 tips have really, really helped me, along with counting macros and having a coach in my corner that really, gets it and really has helped me. So if you need help with that, I would love to help you with my programs. I love teaching my ladies practically cutting the BS, right? Unfucking our fitness. I love giving practical tips to help you on your journey of becoming the person you want to be and helping you gain the habits that you want to have to become that person. So I know that these tips have really helped me and my clients. I know that they will help you too. I hope you found this episode extremely helpful. I hope you can put these tips into practice, and I hope they change your life. And I will talk to you next week. Thanks for listening to today's show. Go ahead and leave a rating and a review. And of course, follow the podcast so you don't miss out on any future episodes. And I would love it so much if you came to connect with me over on Instagram at Christy Castillo Fit. I will see you next time.